Saturday, September 16, 8:50 a.m. on Maui, Hawaii, and we are in line 2 of gate 6 in the sun, which is the gorilla. The ability to maximize an inferior position through timely contact and withdrawal. Aesthetic sensitivity and mental detail can find the weakest point. The sensitivity to find the weakest point in a conflict and to exploit it emotionally. Detriment is the kamikaze striking but moot, a lack of sensitivity that blunders into conflict. So in the sense like gorilla, we're looking at like a tactician. We're looking at timely withdrawal, timely execution, and the selecting the weakest point in a conflict and exploiting it emotionally, which could be a conflict in others, exploiting other people emotionally, which I don't know how that's an exaltation, but also I know exactly how that's an exaltation. Or just like dive bombing it and like making the problem worse, or having no effect, which is lack of sensitivity or the sensitivity to find the weakest point in a conflict. Which makes sense. I get that. It's emotional.
9 in the second place means one cannot engage in conflict. One returns home, gives way. The people of his town, 300 households, remain free of guilt. In a struggle with an enemy of superior strength, retreat is no disgrace. Timely withdrawal prevents bad consequences. If out of a false sense of honor, a man allowed himself to be tempted into an unequal conflict, he would be drawing down disaster upon himself. In such a case, a wise and conciliatory attitude benefits the whole community, which will then not be drawn into conflict. Seems like this one's about community, like looking out for those around and not taking your community into battle.
Or maybe even like the sensitivity to not allow your conflicts to spill over. Like our neighbors are fighting.
Oh yeah.
And so we can hear everything, which, the energy of that conflict is spilling over into our world, which is sad. Anyway, let us move on. Is that the second line?
Yep.
Okay.
36 on to 36. In exaltation.
36 in exaltation. Very good. So we have support, assistance to others in times of decline, the application of imagination to schemes which benefit others, feeling that can benefit others in times of crisis. Oh. So again, with all this in the transit, it's like the feeling that you can benefit others in times of crisis, the ability to exploit a weak point within a conflict, the detriment of kamikazing and then involving your whole neighborhood and tribe in your conflict. These are all transitory energies. Right? This is not necessarily you that's experiencing or that needs to do something about this. This is the overall energetic landscape that we're all experiencing together. And while it may be relevant for you to respond, or maybe this creates an opportunity to inform, or it brings something up, it strikes the emotional wave, or it activates the spleen in some way. Again, on these topics and on these gates and these lines alone, they don't inspire movement, or they shouldn't. They sometimes, oftentimes do, and everyone is like frantic on this energy of it. But you're not everyone. So you're aware of what homogenizing forces are penetrating the earth at this time. So lofty accent.
Lofty accent. 6 in the second place means darkening of the light injures him in the left thigh. He gives aid with the strength of a horse. Good fortune. Here the Lord of Light is in a subordinate place and is wounded by the Lord of Darkness, but the injury is not fatal. It is only a hindrance. Rescue is still possible. The wounded man gives no thought to himself. He thinks only of saving the others who are also in danger. Therefore, he tries with all his strength to save all that can be saved. There is good fortune in thus acting according to duty. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, big community vibes
Community.
from this relationship kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And also that, realizing like you may be injured, like I'm injured, but it's just a hindrance. It's not like a fatal blow.
Yeah.
Which I definitely can catastrophize things and be like, cancel the trip, cancel everything. Sure did cancel the trip, but that was a good move. Yeah. But not going to cancel my DJ set tonight.
Love that news.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to get out there.
That's it'll be good.
And you can save all the people who are
I can save all the people
in distress with themselves.
With my savior mechanism coming on. I just have such a huge savior mechanism going. I like stayed in a relationship for like 2 years extra because I thought I could save my partner. And that was ass. That did not.
In those places.
Yeah, that did not go well.
Christ.
That did not go well.
Yes, it does now.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. That'll do it for the T in Transits.
Nice and simple.
Nice and simple, yeah. Again, we've got strong solar plexus energy, so a lot of the invitations here for me are going to be around, again, not making movements, but just cultivating awareness of what emotions are at play, especially in what emotions you can see in other people, because while you may be conscious of these transits, most of the people are not conscious of the transits, right? And so they will be falling into these habituations and these trends, and to not blame them, but also not necessarily allow that to become a distraction or a detriment for you. It's kind of like in the Matrix when Neo is with Morpheus for the first time in what he thinks is the Matrix, but it's actually a training program, and this beautiful woman walks by, and Morpheus is explaining like everyone plugged into the Matrix can become an agent at any time. And he asks Neo if he was listening or if he was looking at the woman in the red, and then he says, "Look again," and she's an agent. She's got a gun to his head. And so it's one of those things, right? Like the people around you, if they're unaware at any point, they could rally up against you because you are someone that is awake. You are someone that is conscious, and that usually happens, especially if you have a fifth line. People will for sure like turn against you because you're providing solutions to answers that they don't want, or phases of life that they're not ready to be initiated. So, okay. Love you guys. Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow. Peace.